You should be ready to go right now.
Hello. Happy Tuesday evening. Welcome back to Raincrest Farms Makery, or welcome for the first time, whichever it is. I'm Robin, and behind the camera and behind the computer is my husband, Bill. And like I said, we are Raincrest Farms Makery, and we are located just outside of Lewiston, Idaho. And we are happy to have you with us. And pardon me, I'm gonna pull up the video on my phone so I can see closer. And I can see when you pop on. So say hello. If you're brand new, let us know where you're from. Welcome, Liana and Dawn and two other people. So welcome, glad to have you. We took a couple days off. Well, one day off. The time before that, we had a little private opportunity live in the VIP group, so we haven't taken too many days off. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. Cheryl, welcome. Liana. Hope you guys are all excited about launch day. This is Chalk Couture is launching its newest spring.
I thought you said you were excited about lunch.
Not lunch, launch. Chalk Couture is launching its Spring Summer 2022 catalog, and it is awesome. And I've got lots of goodies coming in the next week to 10 days or so. But tonight we are going to use one of the new transfers. We are going to use the Etched butterflies. This set is gorgeous. So I hope I do it justice. We're actually just going to kind of play with it. I have some ideas floating around, and I couldn't narrow down how I wanted to do it. So we're going to try a couple different ways. So it might just be a hot mess. That might be one of the techniques we use. Who knows? Okay, so this transfer comes with 4 different butterflies. It comes with this background that is fancy, old-fashioned script writing. And then there's like a postage stamp and number 34. I'm not quite sure what number 34 represents, whether it's has something to do with collecting butterflies. I don't know. If you know, let me know. Anyway, we are going to use this, and we are going to put it in a shadow box. So I've got a couple of them here. This I got from, hey Patty, hello Susanna, welcome.
Say hi to Linda.
So Linda, Alana, welcome from Linda, I know you're from Kansas. Okay, let's see, broke the bank this morning. Oh girl, well, I broke it harder. Anyway, this is a Dollar Tree. It's actually a little bank. You can stick coins in there, like it's like you're saving up for Hawaii. But we're going to turn this into a shadow box. So this is a little one. This is also a Dollar Tree surface. We're not going to use it, but I wanted to show you something you could use. This wouldn't be completely like the shadow box with the glass cover, unless you put glass over it. But it's a cute little frame, and this whole thing pops out. So you could do the same technique we're using. You could do it, you could do it on this also. And then I also have, I believe, I can't remember if I got these from Michael's or if I got these online. I want to say I got these from Michael's, but these are shadow boxes. They're 9x9. It's a shadow box, 9x9. So we're going to do a big one and a little one. So using our butterflies and a bunch of other stuff too. Okay. So we are going to actually be chalking the butterflies onto paper, and I'm envisioning them to be 3-dimensional as if they are flying. So I've got some mixed media paper. It's like heavy cardstock, but it's meant for art. So I've got that. I've also got some, I think this is 100-pound craft paper, so it's really thick. So this might be one of our backgrounds. Okay. And I've also got some black cardstock, just some scraps. We might be using that for one of the butterflies. And then I found, teal foil. I want to see if I can do a butterfly chalk it onto teal foil. See how that looks. Then I've got something else I wanted to try for a background, and I got it from this set, but you don't have to get a whole, I mean, unless you do scrapbooking or have a use for it, you don't have to get a whole set of paper like this. You can just peruse the scrapbooking paper sections of Walmart or Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, your whatever craft store you have. So this is just, it's actually two-sided, but it's cardstock, and this kind of has it looks gold in the camera that I see, but it's really a green, kind of a pea soup green. I thought this might make a pretty background. So I got that from this set. It's called Preserved Papers, if you're interested in this specific one. And set that aside. And then I wanted to try some other butterfly backgrounds, not backgrounds to the shadow box, but for the butterfly. So this is one of my favorites. This is Eclectic Remix Paper Studio. So I believe that is Hobby Lobby. Okay, this isn't cardstock. This is just paper, but it had, look at all of these. It has like 4 sheets of each of these colors and designs, and these are some that I picked. We may or may not use these. I had this teal first, but I think this is going to win out. Okay. I also have this yellow that kind of ombres into gold, and then I have this pink, kind of, it's a little floral, but kind of pink, and then I have this kind of a orangey marble. So we'll be deciding which of these we'll use. Okay. Oh, let me get that out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. And let's start with our backgrounds. Okay, the first one, let's see. I'm going to use a sheet of this paper. Again, this is mixed media paper, so it's a heavy cardstock, but it's very smooth. It can be used for watercolor or drawing or whatever. Okay, let me check some comments. Have any comments going? How many of you placed an order this morning? I want to know how many of you placed an order or how many of you are going to. Okay, this first technique for the background of, let's see if that'll even, that's actually too small.
Huh?
Well, poop.
You made it too small.
Okay, then I will put that on this one. Okay, because this one's not too small. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this Hawaiian-y floral. We're gonna cover that up, and we're going to do a faux watercolor technique on white cardstock. So what you need for this, I've tried this, it's an awesome craft with kids. If you don't want to do the whole watercolor paintbrush rigmarole, you get like a sheet of plastic. This is a sheet protector, and you get some markers. Now you need water-based markers, so you can use just the little Crayola, kind of the fat tip markers. But these are kind of getting old. I've had them for a while. So I want something fresh that has a lot of ink. So I'm going to use their Sharpie brand, but they're not Sharpies. If you used a Sharpie that's a permanent marker, it won't work because once that ink dries, you need something water soluble. Yes, I know you're done. Okay, so these are flip chart markers. So it's just Sharpie brand, but these are water soluble markers. So what we're going to do, and I think I'm going to do some purple, some red, and some orange. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color on this plastic sheet. Okay. So let me see. Which butterfly do I think I'll do? I think I'll do this butterfly. So I'm just putting this over it so I know that I have covered the area. Okay. So I'm going to just start
Well, reading what's been said so far, Alana says W, and then Cheryl said she ordered today, and Patty says doing hers tomorrow.
Awesome.
And then Alana says working on hers now. Patty says I'm ordering the butterflies. And Cheryl says, Patty, I ordered them. I also ordered the wings among
Oh,
a lot of other things. So you know what? I want to go to the overview on that one too, so you can see what you're coloring.
okay. So, and I'm not just doing it over the butterfly. I'm doing this whole piece, but I'm kind of figuring out where I want my colors to kind of end and blend. Okay, and this won't be solid because it's on plastic, but you'll see the technique. It kind of will pick it up. So I've got my purple, and again, I'm not coloring on this package. I'm coloring on a sheet protector. And let's switch over to orange. Again, I'm using these because they're newer. They've got a lot more ink in them. They're Sharpie brand, but they are not Sharpie permanent markers. That won't work because once that ink dries, you can't...
That's our dinner. I got to go up and turn on.
You need it to be water soluble. Okay, so I'm kind of blending this into that purple, because I want it to kind of be an ombre. Okay. And then I'm going to switch over to my red. Hope you can see what I'm doing. That red has seen better days. I don't think I have another red. We'll make it work. Again, these work just fine with these Crayola or even the cheapy brand watercolor markers. But like I said, those are kind of on the old side. In fact, let me see if this red is any better. Not much. Okay, so I pretty much have that covered, and it's not solid, and that's okay. Put these away. The wings. Are you talking about the big long like angel wings? Those are pretty. I don't have that one. Haven't tried it. Okay, so there I've got my marker ink on my plastic. Now I'm going to take my spray bottle, and this is awesome for it because it is it's a fine mist sprayer, so it doesn't drop big droplets of water. It just puts out a fine mist because we want to turn this into watercolor, so we want to just add some water. Now I'm going to get a paper towel because I don't want it to spray over here. Okay, I don't know why I'm shaking it, and I guess he's got it so you can't see. So I'm taking my fine mist sprayer, and I'm just going to finely mist. You can't see it, but I'm just putting a fine mist. This is not wanting to work now. Come on.
Okay, your dinner awaits you, your wife.
Okay, and we're kind of needing, I don't know if people can see, and my fine mist sprayer has stopped working.
Hard to see.
Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my non-fine mist sprayer.
Non-fine
Okay,
mist.
so you can kind of
watch this action right there.
I don't want big old drops, but it is what it is. It'll be fine. So I've got this wet. Didn't want to get that wet. So I've got this wet, and I'm going to take my paper. Actually, I think I'm going to give my paper a quick spray too, so it's a little damp. And I'm going to just take it and go boom on top of that wet ink. And push it down. I want to get all that ink transferred onto the paper, and let's see what it did. Woohoo! Is that pretty or is that pretty?
That is pretty.
That is pretty. Now you could do it with paintbrushes and paint, but I don't know, I just kind of like how this technique works, and this is awesome for kids to use too. So
Nice and messy.
kind of messy.
I would do a good mess if I were to do it.
Okay, so I'm kind of drying up that ink, drying up the water. Set that aside. Now I want this to be dry. So I'm going to use my dryer. Dry that up. I don't know if I want it that way or that way. We shall see.
Gerald said that's awesome, and we'll try.
Yes. Like I said, it's awesome for kids to use. It's awesome for adults to use. No two are alike. And I'm
Well,
just
Patty, what's more important, watching the paint dry or watching curling?
Little Fiona would love doing that for me. Little Fiona, is that your granddaughter?
You need to read.
Okay.
You need to read the comment.
Okay. I actually did a job for a friend whose daughter up the roller. Aw. How sweet. Yeah, I understand. I also have a rainbow baby. Watching curling. Awesome. Who's winning? Okay, and I'm going to kind of turn it over, make sure the back is dry. I like that.
She said she's multitasking.
So you're going from curling to crafting. Curling to crafting.
Looks to me like that paper is curling.
Yes, speaking of curling, I had a feeling, even though this is cardstock, I had a feeling the water, the moisture would kind of make it curl. So I'm prepared for that. I have my Easy Press. I always want to call it an Easy Press oven. Well, that's an Easy Bake oven. So I'm just going to give this a quick flatten with my Easy Press.
Linda Lou's watching slalom.
That's fun too. Oh, you got double rainbow babies. Okay, so this is just to flatten out that paper, and it's also helping to dry anything that might still be damp there. I'm not heat setting it or anything. I'm just ironing the paper. Okay, there we go. We have it nice and black. That aside. Okay, so this is going to become, what is this going to become? This is going to become a butterfly. Before I do that, I'm gonna work on the background of this. Now, I've already got one prepped, but I'm gonna show you. There's a little plastic thing that you pop the back out. So that's what we're going to cover up. That's pretty, but I just think that
need to come off.
no, I'm just going to cover it up. That's pretty, and you might want to use it as a background for your butterfly.
I was going to say that would make a nice
But
butterfly.
I think it would take away from the butterfly, so I want something a little more subdued. Now with this, I can't vouch for all of these frames, but this one, the paint, it's a paint or screen print on the inside, and this is glass. It's kind of important that it's glass, because if it's plastic, you can't take this off as easily. I don't know if you could take it off at all if it was plastic. But because it's paint on glass, I was able to get it off with one of these. What are these called?
That's a razor
A
scraper.
razor scraper. Okay, so on the inside is where the paint is, and because it's glass, you're not going to scratch it unless you really gouge at it. But I just took the razor blade, I didn't even take it out, and I was able to scrape off that paint. Now, if it was plastic, you would probably be leaving scratches on the plastic. So check your surface, unless you want your butterfly to say aloha. Check your surface. And if it's glass, you have a little more leeway. I could probably have used acetone and gotten that off. but I was able to get it off with just a scraper. So let me get another paper towel. Clean that off. So we're not going to do anything with this. I probably should have brought some spray cleaner because I can see fingerprints. We're not going to do anything with this. We're going to put everything on here. So I'm going to measure this, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to do, this on here. So let me get my fancy ruler that Bill bought me in Las Vegas. Yes, folks, when we get souvenirs, we get office supplies. And we are thrilled with that. Okay, so this is 5 and 1 mark less than 3/4.
Really?
Yes.
My poor wife.
And this one is a little bit, this one is 2 marks past 5 1/2. I could get technical.
Oh,
Okay.
my heart hurts.
I know. I could give it to you, but okay, so what did I say? Okay, so 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5/8. Okay. Are you happy?
Yes.
5 and 5/8.
You're the math nerd. You should
Okay.
know these things.
5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. Yes, cricket. I hear you. Okay, and then this was a little bit longer. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11
There
sixteenths.
you go.
5
I'm proud of you,
and
baby. You did good.
8, 9, 10, 11 sixteenths, or 1 little mark less than 5 3/4. I aim to please all math abilities. Okay. Okay, so this will be my background. And I'm going to turn on my glue gun. Okay, so this is the top. I'm going to wax this because I'm going to put my sticky transfer down on it. And this is paper. So I don't want the sticky paper to rip up parts of the paper and get stuck on my transfer. So I'm going to wax it.
Is that going to darken it or make it shiny?
It will give it a little tiny bit of gloss, and I don't think it will darken it.
Doesn't seem to be doing too much.
No, it's not darkening anything. I could use dark wax, but
Oh,
now one of the new products in our catalog are called chalk suede tags. So they have come out with at this point just like little gift tags, like 3" by, I think I've got them over here. These are gift tags, and this paper is awesome to chalk on. It feels like suede. It feels almost like it's got a waxy surface, but it's not wax, and it's awesome for chalk paste, and it's even a little forgiving. And as soon as you put it down, if you make a mistake, you can wipe it off and try it again. Now, after it has dried and set, maybe that's not going to be so easy. Okay, so I've got that waxed. I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to use it again. Okay, 4 sets of the. Yes, I ordered some white and some craft. It also comes in this craft color. Okay, so that was surface wax that is back in stock in the store. You can also use just paste wax from a hardware store. Okay, so that is upright. So let me figure out what I did with my transfer. Here is my transfer. Get it out. And I'm going to put this writing on the back. So that's going to be in the background. And I can cut these apart, but I don't want to. I want to keep the backer paper whole and just the individual transfers removable. So I'm going to take just the blade, or you could do an X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to lightly score through the cut line, which is basically you're just kind of cutting up the screen that's there.
And I'm sure you can actually feel it because you're cutting the threads.
Yes.
You're not cutting
Right.
much else.
But I'm not pushing so hard that I'm cutting through the backer sheet. Oops. Go sideways, I'm making it crooked. And that will bug me later. Okay. That done. Put those up. Okay, so again, I'm going to use this piece, all this writing, and I'm going to fuzz it really well. So in addition to the wax, I'm going to fuzz, and this is bigger than that piece, so that's okay. I'm just going to pick the section I want.
Are you using the words, the texture on the
Yes,
brown
just
part?
kind of, yeah, as part of the background. So it's not as busy as this. It's a little more subtle, a little more looking like a butterfly collection, I guess, is what I'm picturing. Okay, so let me just double check that is one side is longer than the other. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. And I think I kind of like that little, this one also has like a postage stamp. Oh, that's really crooked.
So Patty, who's ahead right now, Italy or Norway? It's the mixed curling.
Oh, mixed curling. Men and women mixed?
That's how they mix it.
Okay.
I can't watch. My wife is making me stay in here with her.
Okay, so I'm pushing that down, making sure there's no air bubbles, making sure this overlap part is not going onto paper. It's going onto my plastic mat. So, okay, and I'm going to chalk this just in black velvet. And it's a good size piece. I'm going to use my small squeegee, and I'm just going to drag that over the screen. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it's part of the background. It's just kind of like visual noise. I could have maybe even done it in a more, well, black is a neutral color. I could have done it in a brown too, but I think I'm going to do the butterfly details in black. Okay, so scraping off the excess. Putting it back in my jar, cleaning off my fingers, and now I'm going to carefully lift that up. Ooh. There we go.
This looks like an old postcard or something.
It kind of does. That's kind of, maybe that's the idea. Okay, so I'm not going to wash this right yet. So I'm going to just give it a spray so that paste doesn't dry in my screen. So this will be the background. And let's see, should we do this as the butterfly? No, I want to do the big butterfly on that one. So I've got this for a butterfly. How about we do a couple of them? We're going to end up doing all of them. Let's do the lid on this. There. Okay, let's do some of the butterflies, and then we'll decide where we want them. I think I want. I think I wanted this one on this. Okay, kind of making it up as I go. I'm gonna wax this. I'm gonna wax this paper. That did not stick at all, so I had just, I guess, the right amount of wax.
Duke's nose is all wet.
Now, this one does, I don't know, maybe because it's a darker color, this one does look a little shinier when I wax it, but if I buff it out really well, it all just becomes a smooth part of the surface. Okay, and again, the wax is so the transfer doesn't stick. Okay, our chickens are finally let. Whoa, 17 eggs. How many chickens do you have? I hope you like omelets. Put that up so it doesn't dry out. Okay. This baby I'm going to do on black scrapbook paper. It's just cardstock. It's probably 65 pound. It's not super thick. And I'm just going to lay this down. And wherever you see black, that is going to be the paste color. Wherever you see green is going to be the black of the paper.
So Cheryl says they got 17 eggs today. Then she says they have 6 chickens. Patty says, how long do those eggs last? And Cheryl says, I don't think she gathered them for a couple days. I don't think so either.
No, they pretty much lay every 24, 28, 26, 28 hours. I can't remember. Yeah. They will last you forever. Okay. On this butterfly, we're going to do an ombre of 2 of our new paste colors. This is Shimmer Rose Gold, and this is Shimmer Orchid. I think I'm gonna like that, so I'm gonna do like the top in the rose gold and the bottom in the orchid, and I'm gonna kind of blend them together. Okay. Oh, I love this. Love this color.
Wondered about the outside edges being like the darker colors, and then the inner part gold.
I could do that.
What, Daisy?
Okay, so this is the shimmer. I love that. That is so bright and shimmery.
So pretty.
It is. And this is too. This is Shimmer Wild Orchid. 2 of our brand new, just came out today. And with our shimmers, they tend to settle. The mica paste tends to kind of settle. So I like to stir them up right before I use them to make sure that that mica is all over where it's supposed to be. Okay, so Bill says, let's do the rose gold kind of like in the center. Is that what you were saying?
Look on the screen.
Okay. Okay, so kind of that V shape.
This, yeah,
and then
this
okay.
Section here would be that.
Okay, well, we will try that. Okay, Shimmer Rose Gold. And I'm going to...
And you do the ombre where they bleed over each other.
Yes.
Okay, so Patty says she could never eat all those eggs. Well, you don't do it at one time. And Patty also said, now, did you get all that stuff and the paste and transfers when you went to leadership?
Yes. Yes, I did. That was a perk of leadership. We got access to it a little bit early.
Lana says she'll be getting both of those for sure. Pretty. Cheryl said we use a lot of eggs. We bake a lot, also eat a lot of eggs for breakfast. They go in our tater salad, and chicken salad, and tuna salad, and deviled eggs. Yep.
Yep.
All those things.
Well, you've got quite a few. It's just the two of us here, so we that many eggs we would have to. We learned how to water glass them, and we have eggs that are more than a year old, and they're still perfectly fine.
Where did my Daisy go?
I don't know. Okay, and I'm trying to leave just like a little ditch of color right there, so I have something to blend. And then I'm going to use the orchid on the outside. Now, one thing about the shimmers is sometimes the little mica specks need a little persuasion to go through the screen. So you kind of want to come at it a couple different directions to make sure they go through. And I'm going to leave just a little extra right at that blending line. And luckily with shimmers, I have a little extra working time because they take a little longer to dry. Again, I'm going at it a couple different directions, and I'm trying to leave a little bit to blend. Probably a little less of the darker color because the darker colors tend to overtake. Okay, so put my excess in there. Now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to get it just slightly damp. I just sprayed it with a little bit of water, and with my finger slightly damp, I'm just going to kind of massage that line where the two colors meet, so I don't have a harsh line between the orchid and the rose gold. It kind of blends them together. That looks a little loose.
Make you thirsty,
I
baby.
may have a little bit of bleeding there, but that's okay. Okay, you ready to see?
Ready to see.
Ready to see? Ready for the big
Move it forward a
reveal?
little bit. And
Okay.
Daisy got thirsty, so
Okay.
she went.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, pretty, pretty.
Oh, I called it. I like
You
that.
did. That is pretty. Okay, and I'm noticing this is a little bubbled up too, so I'm going to reheat my easy press so I can press this down. Okay, so pretty, pretty, pretty. I like it. Okay, I can also see not all of my antenna. I might have to go back over. I don't think I hit my antenna very well.
Missed your antenna?
I missed my antenna.
No good for second.
I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and fix that up. Not a problem. No problema.
Village 7 Norway 5. Wow. Daisy is doing really good. I had a conversation with her vet about her medication because it really isn't showing problems with pain or anything like that. But when we were talking to the vet, they said, well, realistically, yes, we want, she probably isn't, but we want her to not be moving around and jumping and stuff. And there's only one way to make her stop because dogs will just keep pushing.
Drug her.
Rub her up.
Sedate her.
Keep her sort of off her edge. So, but she's doing very well. She sits right here by me. I don't know if you saw the picture of the pant leg that Robin made for her, but that seems to work real well.
Yes, my invention. Yes. Size 24-month baby pair of like jammy bottoms. And I cut one of the legs out and she has a much harder time getting to her knee with the staples to lick them. So that kind of eliminates the need for that collar in a lot of ways. Okay, so here's one of my butterflies. It is not going to go on that one. That one's too big. But I'm going to set that aside. Let's do my other big butterfly on this one. So again, I'm going to wax this.
They said the magic word.
Uh-oh, somebody said it. Butterfly. Woohoo!
You win, Linda.
Okay. Yes, if you are interested in this transfer, if you type in butterfly in the comments, you will get a link to the new, oh, I guess no, it's not the new, it goes straight to the shopping part. It'll send you a link directly to this transfer, and I think I just put black paste in there because we honestly, so many of our pastes are out of stock right now. But feel free to shop around. Also, with our new catalog launch, they have a new way customers can shop, and we have an interactive online catalog. So if you type in shop, it will give you the link to that catalog where you can scroll through the pages, and if you see something you like, you click on it right then and there from the catalog page, and up will pop all the information about it and a place for you to put it in your cart. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so our next big butterfly is this one. This one has a little more that's maybe a little more that's going to be black. So this is still sticky side up. I kind of want to see where I want it. Do I want the orange up?
Italy won.
Do I want the pink up? Does it matter?
Let's go over the top. Ask people what they think. We're having some issues right now. My phone is having to reload multiple times.
For the top of the butterfly, do we want the darker color on top, or do we want the lighter color on top? So you let me know while I fuzz this.
I like the brighter red up top, I think.
The purple, the darker shade. Generally, I put darker shades on the bottom, but there's no rule that says you have to. So I'm fuzzing this again so I don't stick onto that paper. Okay, dark. Are we talking top? Dark on the top, Patty says. Any other opinions?
Dark. I don't know what you meant, but
Dark.
Patty said dark.
I think I asked, what do you want on the top? Okay. Okay, well, Patty says dark on the top, so that's what we're going to go with.
I tried something similar. Oh, baby. Leanna's talking about
Yes.
She ate everything off and we tried to put on.
I know.
Well, you'll
Okay.
have to, yeah, Cheryl says darker on top.
Okay.
The pant leg that she did is stretchy. What were they? Just jammies?
It's a cotton knit. They're just like little pants, little toddler, not even 24 month. They're like sweatpants, but they're not thick. They're just a thin.
Her waist, the waist on it fits her perfectly.
Yes, she apparently has a 24-month waist. Okay, so I push that down. I'm going to go over this with black, but I'm going to use the black shimmer shadow. Okay, so that away. And so our shimmer shadow is black with shimmer flecks in it, and that doesn't look like it needs stirring up. So again with the shimmers, I'm going to kind of come at it a couple different directions. So up and down, side to side. Make sure I get those antennae this time.
Obviously, this isn't all going to fit in that box.
No,
You're going to cut it out?
I'm going to cut it out and kind of fold up the wings and make it look three-dimensional, like He's flying off the page. And I might put some on the outside of the frame. Clear that off. Set that aside. Clean my fingers. And ooh, oh, I like that. What do you think? Do we like it? Running out of room here. Need to clean up some of these, I think. Okay, so let me put that down. Set this aside.
It says pretty.
Okay.
Beautiful from Cheryl.
Okay, so let me dry this. Okay, so here's our two big butterflies.
Butterfly.
Butterflies.
Yeah, it says so pretty.
And you can't really see the shimmer, but that black paste has a little shimmer to it. Can you kind of see that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, kind of see the sparkle. Okay, and I'm gonna press that one too. In a minute, I'll press them all at once. Okay, so there's my two big ones. Let's try our foil. Now, I really don't want to wax the foil. And I think I want to do this one with the foil. So I'm afraid if I wax the foil, it won't be as shiny. So I'm going to just fuzz this a lot. So it doesn't stick. And I think maybe uh-oh. Thank you. I didn't even see that. And I think maybe the shininess, the smoothness of the foil will help with, so that it doesn't stick so much. Okay. So let's,
It's called a coating.
a coating.
Coated paper.
Coated paper, yes, dear. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay this down.
Yes, dear me.
I just yes, dear you. Okay, this is gonna be a quick and easy. Okay, and I think I'm gonna go back to, I don't wanna compete with the shine, or do I? Do I want to do shimmer shadow, or do I want to just do black?
Are you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
I would just do black.
Okay, we're just gonna do
No,
black.
you know what? Go shimmer. Go shimmer. It's okay. It's not
Okay.
going to show up that much.
Okay, let me put
It'll be
that
a good.
aside.
It'll be good.
Okay, we'll do shimmer.
Shimmer it up, baby.
Shimmer with foil.
I'm not going to want my lasagna. I'm eating too many pretzels.
Stop. Stop it.
Famous last words. What do you got on you?
Okay. Couple different directions. Set that aside. Let me slowly peel this up. Ooh, it's grabbing on. Don't rip, don't rip, don't rip. Probably could have stood to fuzz it a little more. It's not ripping the paper, but it's really hanging on.
Did it hold those fine lines down in the bottom?
Yeah, because the fine lines don't go all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got all the fine lines. See, now when it curls up like this, that's because it was too sticky. So I probably should have fuzzed it a little bit more, because that could damage your transfer. It will be fine. It's not damaged, but that's a sign that you needed to have fuzzed a little more. Okay, and I want to do one more butterfly, and I was going to do that on one of these papers. So what have I got? I've got I've got this teal foil. I've got pink and purple and orange, and I've got gold and orchid. So do we want to do, I'm thinking, do we want to do that? Do we want to do this color? That kind of competes with that, so I don't think we need that. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Okay. Now this is just regular paper. So this butterfly is not going to be as stiff because it's just regular paper. But let's see. This one is kind of long. Okay, and I want to kind of see where I want to put it. So I'm not going to put it sticky side down yet. I'm going to put it regular side down so I can kind of see how far down I want to go. I'm thinking maybe like that. Okay, so I'm gonna wax right in that area there. Okay, so a little bit of wax. Put it on. Buff it off. Okay, feels good. I can feel it in there. And we're going to fuzz this. How is everybody doing? Is everybody hanging on here? I haven't even been paying attention. 10 people, awesome. I don't hear 10 people talking, so some of you are just watching, and
well, some are watching curling.
That is just fine, but we would love it if you would pop in and say hello, so we know who you are. So I'm fuzzing because I want to lessen up some of the stickiness. These transfers are self-adhesive, reusable. The company guarantees you can use them 10 to 12 times. We know with careful use and care, you can actually get more than that out of it. And I'm going to kind of lay it down. Where did I have it? About there. To the colors I kind of like. And actually, all those colors won't show through because where I see color, it will actually be paste. Okay, so I'm pushing that down so there's no air bubbles. I'm going back to the shimmer shadow.
Margie says, sorry, watching Olympics with you. That is fine, Margie.
Awesome. Yes, please multitask.
Cheryl says, hello, I'm Cheryl. Alana says, I'm learning stuff from you.
Good. Do I have you mesmerized? Is that the issue? Mesmerization?
Mesmerization.
It is a word.
It is a word.
It is a word. I said so.
Is that a word that's appropriate for us? That's a
yes.
good question.
Okay. And let's peel that off. Ooh, pretty, pretty. Okay. So we've got our butterfly fix going on here. Yep. And again, I'm just kind of playing. So I've done it on scrapbook paper, pattern scrapbook paper. I've done it on plain cardstock. I've done it on foil cardstock, and I've done it on this is multimedia paper, but it's like watercolor paper. It's thick cardstock, and we kind of did a watercolor technique. So we've done it a couple different ways. We did this background on craft cardstock. I'll let that dry. And next question, this is going to be the background for this bigger shadow box. Do I want to use the handwriting on this? think I do. Open this up. Again, I don't remember where I got this from. I want to say Michael's, when they have a really good sale on their shadow boxes. I think I got a bunch of them. And I'm just going to peel that off. Or it might have been Amazon, but I really think it was Michael's.
I cannot wait until I can butterfly.
And this is actually the kind that you can actually pin stuff into, but we are not going to. Well, I might pin it on. Okay. But we are going to cut out a sheet of paper and put that underneath. Let's see. This is 9 inches by 9 inches because this didn't come from the Dollar Tree. My other frames that I'm going to use came from the Dollar Tree. So a very affordable version, and this one wasn't horribly expensive either, but a different version. Okay, so what did I say? 9 by 9. So let me trim that up. 9 inches by 9 inches. Okay, put that away. Okay, so here is my background, and I do think I want to use this writing. It won't completely fit, but let me clean this transfer. That way I can show you how to clean a transfer if you haven't seen it before. So here's my transfer that I used on this background. And I'm going to clean this one up. So what I do, I previously sprayed some water on it so it wouldn't dry. And I'm going to add a little more to that. Okay, so I'm going to spray it again. And to start with, this is what I like to do. I got these, they're called Swedish dishcloths, and they're just like reusable paper towels. You can throw them in the washing machine, you can rinse them out in your dishwater. But what I like to do is use this to start with to take the bulk of this paste off. This saves my board eraser, which I'm going to use next. Kind of extends its life, because I'm able to clear this off with this doodad somewhat. It doesn't completely clean it off, and that's okay, because my board eraser will get the rest of it. Okay, so next I'm going to get out my board eraser. It's like a magic eraser, but there's no chemicals. And I've got a little dishpan of water over here. I'm just getting it wet and wringing it out. Now this is going to take off the rest of that paste. However, our black paste is highly pigmented, so it is going to stain this transfer, and that's okay. It doesn't affect the usability. You just want to make sure you get all of the paste out of that screen, which is these open areas here. So I'm going to turn it over because there's paste on the back also. So give it another spritz. And board eraser. And this is also taking off the lint that we put on.
Yes, Linda, you can wash those cloths.
Yes.
You can throw them in a washing machine and they work. I just, when I'm doing the dishes, I'll wash them out in the dish soap and put them on the rack to dry.
It pretty much works like a paper towel or a thin sponge, but they're reusable. They don't last forever, but I got those. I ordered a pack online. Those I actually got at the Container Store. But I also got some from Amazon. Again, they're Swedish dishcloths. Okay, so I've got that cleaned up. And I'm going to take, ordinarily I'd let this air dry, but I'm going to take a paper towel because I want to use this again right away. So I'm going to take a paper towel while it's wet. Don't try this when your transfer is dry, because then you will get you'll get paper stuck to it. So I'm just drying that off with a paper towel. So I'm ready to use it again. Again, I will clean this one a little bit later, but I wanted you to see how to do it, and I'm going to kind of air dry it some more. I could use my quick dry tool, but it doesn't put out a lot of heat. I'll show you. It doesn't put out a lot of heat, but I don't want to apply heat to this. So I'm just going to kind of go way up here, just to get that moisture to evaporate. Again, you don't want to apply heat to this, but this doesn't get super hot. Okay, so you can see it is dry. The stickiness has come back. I'm going to fuzz it some more, and I'm going to wax this paper. Okay. So if you want the link to where I got them on Amazon, Linda, just let me know and I can send it to you if you're interested. Or you're welcome to just go to Amazon and type in Swedish dishcloth. Now this isn't as wide, but I think it'll be okay. So back to fuzzing. Right, back to waxing. Again, surface wax. Sell it in my shop. And I'm putting wax on it because I don't want the sticky to attach to the paper and pull it up. Although it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. It's kind of got a distressed look to it as part of its design. But I don't want to ruin my transfer by getting something stuck on it that I can't get off. So I've got that wax on. I'm going to wax off, buff it off. Too much wax is not good. Not enough wax is not good. So if you feel it tacky, you still have too much wax on it. If it doesn't feel smooth, then you don't have enough wax on. Okay. Close that up. Let's see. I think I'm done with my shimmer. I've got this fuzzed. This isn't 9 inches wide, but I think I'm just going to center this.
Linda, I'll try to remind her to send that link. If not, maybe I can send it later.
It's tall enough, but it's not fully wide enough, but I think that will still be okay. This one is not meant to tile. It's not meant to match up here to match up there like wallpaper does. It's not meant to do that. But I think this will just give you the hint of this writing. Okay, so I'm pushing it down, pushing out air bubbles, and I'm gonna use a big, small squeegee, but this is our mini squeegee. This is our small squeegee. Okay, and I'm just gonna go back to black velvet. I'm gonna put bunch on my squeegee and just drag it across that screen. This just gives me a little bit, what did we call it? What did we call it? Visual noise. Visual noise. White noise, but visual noise. Not you. We took, we have a friend who, she's a young mother, single mother, and her baby has come down with an illness, and the whole family is actually not feeling well. So we took them some, Benadryl and tissue and gifts and stuff. And we decided, because we weren't going to get out of the car, we thought, well, let's bring the dogs and it'll give them an outing. So we took them, and they're kind of up in the country, and oh my goodness, there were deer on the hillside, and Duke was just beside himself. Isn't that pretty? Duke was just beside himself because he saw the deer and he wanted to go out and make friends with the deer. And we wouldn't let him go out and make friends with the deer. But that was fun for him. Okay. This another spray while I'm thinking about it. Oops. Oh, that's right. Okay. We are about ready to assemble. Let me put the paste. That's on all of my paste. Put that back on. And looks good. Let's dry this a bit. Okay, let's see if this comes together.
Okay.
No, I don't. It might be. I don't think it's English. If it is, it's Old English, you know, where the F's were S's and all of that nonsense. So I don't know. I can't make anything out. I can't make out any words. Except numbers and a postmark, but I can't read what it says. So that's okay. It could be cussing you out in German or something, and who knows?
With butterflies.
With butterflies. Okay. So, let's see. Let's take our two backgrounds. Here's a background. And here's a background. It's a side. And I'm going to start cutting out my butterflies. So I could apply this transfer on something and not cut it out. It would just be, but again, I've talked about how I'm seeing a lot of crafts that have dimension to them. So I thought this would be a perfect one. So I'm just going to take my little scissors and cut around. I'm not super careful. And if I leave a little outline of black, that's okay.
Cheryl says can you move forward just a little bit with that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cheryl says she's just wondering if it might be related to the quote, when a butterfly appears, angels are near.
I really doubt it.
Well, she said the number 34 refers to angels a lot of the time.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know. It's all new to me.
I don't know. That I don't know. But I would, this looks like a letter. Or, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
We just don't know.
We just don't know, Jim.
It's not Jim.
Oh.
That was Hugo Santucci.
Oh.
The only other person I'd know who that was would be Alana. She might know who Hugo Santucci was.
Did she go to CCBS?
No.
Wasn't
She was
he?
around.
Oh.
Hugo would have been at the church.
Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And again, I didn't completely ink that or chalk the antenna, so I may or may not go back to that.
Okay. She decided to go completely off the screen. The wife
Sorry.
was off the reservation.
Sorry.
I don't think you are. I'm gonna look at this and see if I can figure anything out. with
Figure it out.
No idea. Absolute
doesn't really,
idea.
it does not really look English because I can't identify a single word.
It does look like a letter. It has a postmark, and it has a 22 over an 1877.
So that's probably a date, you think?
Yeah,
Or
the date is probably down at the bottom. NO period 23 period 6.
number 23. 23 is.
There's down here at the bottom. It says 23 period 6.
Oh.
But this says this postmark has a 22 on it also. VOLF. I have no idea what that is. ND. I think it is a letter of some sort. I have to do a
Who
reverse Google search on the image.
We'll have to ask corporate.
Ask
What is
corporate,
this? What is this you're having us chalk? They did have somebody, heads will roll. They did have a transfer and it had the word weird on it and they spelled the word weird wrong.
Did they spell it weird?
They spelled it weird. They had to pull the transfer and reprint it. So, oops.
Did they spell it wired?
No, wired. I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, so here we have one butterfly.
One butterfly.
One butterfly.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
We have butterfly.
I have one butterfly.
I'm going to do an image search and see if we can figure this out. Sometimes that Google thing is pretty impressive. Today, last night, James had a mug that said, I don't need Google. My wife knows everything. Do you need me to get that mug?
No. Okay, going around the antennae. Antennae, is that plural of antenna? Antennae. Antennae.
Are you trimming right up to the paste or leaving some?
I'm leaving just a 1/16 of an inch.
I would do it this way, but I guess she's back on the reservation.
You never know. Careful, that may or may not be politically correct. You might end up in Facebook jail. I got my hand slapped by Facebook because I don't know if I mentioned this before. I was watching someone's live, another designer's live, and we were chatting about the leadership conference. And one of our sister chalkers had come down with COVID. And so she wasn't going to be able, it was something that had to do with how much time off work she had taken and how long it was going to take her to recover. But anyway, she couldn't go to the convention. And I made a comment, let's just kidnap her and bring her to the convention. Well, next thing you know, my comment got flagged because I said kidnap.
You terrible person.
I know. It's like, did you read it in context? Did you really think I was intending? Yeah. So they said, do you want to dispute it? And I said, no, I don't care. I did say the word kidnap. I won't do it again. And they sent me back a nice little message and saying, well, consider this a warning. We understand mistakes happen, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't have to go to Facebook jail. So be careful what you comment. Because they're listening. The bots are listening.
The bots are listening.
Okay.
Oh!
I appreciate you guys hanging in here,
We always love sitting around
watching me
people cut
cut.
paper.
But it's going to be so worth it when I'm done. Right?
We're hoping so, because
Right?
we're spending all this time doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, you got nothing better. You got the Olympics on.
Yeah.
Jackie's probably
Let's see.
using me as insomnia cure.
I
Okay,
guess I need to be watching.
one more butterfly to go.
Joe said I made a comment about my sewing scissors and got slapped.
What's wrong with scissors?
Scissors are pointy.
Don't say it again. Okay.
After all the other stuff that's on Facebook, that's
I know.
what they
Yes,
pick on,
that's
yeah.
what they pick on. Yep.
Yes, I'm not getting hungry. I have been eating way too many pretzels, waiting for my wife to get her show on the road here so that we can go eat our dinner. I made lasagna tonight. Well, I heated lasagna.
Heated
We'll put it that way.
lasagna. It's homemade. You made it at home.
There you go.
Okay, and these teeny, skinny little antenna. So I'm leaving quite a bit of paper around those. I could glue on some wire or something instead of those antenna. Almost done.
Oh, Cheryl said no. She said anyone who cuts paper with my scissors will be.
Oh. So it was
Okay,
in the
you're a
context
terrible
of
person, too.
scissors. You were making terroristic threats, is what you were doing.
Oh goodness.
Honestly. Okay,
Yes.
there we go. Okay,
I can't
do I
a
need-
reverse search on my phone. I'll do it on the computer.
I'm going to do one more quick press on, because some of these are a little wonky.
Who's wonky?
Wonky.
Those are so
What
cute.
did I do?
In the front right here. Is that what you're looking for?
No, I was looking for I just have my parchment paper just so I'm protecting my heat press. And again, I'm not heat setting anything. I'm just ironing the paper so it lays flat. That's all I'm doing. And I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so there's my butterflies, my flutterbys. Get rid of this. Let's get our backgrounds. So here is our small one. So I'm going to glue this down. Uh-oh. Hot glue shows through.
It does.
It's strange. Maybe it will, maybe as it cools, it will. Or maybe, oh, I bet it heated up the wax.
Might have been.
Might have been.
What would happen if you were to heat it with your gun real quick?
I don't know.
Because that stuff is
Okay.
hot.
This doesn't have to be, down super, super well, because it's not going to, it's going to be under the glass. Okay. And let's, you know what, I'm just going to tack this one in the corners. It's on a canvas backer. Okay, so there's our backgrounds. And I think, ooh, what do you think? That stands out.
Yes, it do. Put it in the corner.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, let me.
I'm sorry. The blue butterfly.
Let me kind of. What did I do with the ruler? Let me kind of bend up the wings.
Give me a second. I can bend everything up.
Okay, so I'm just using the side of my ruler to kind of hold that down. Okay. Okay. Increase it a little bit more. Let's see. Okay. What do we think? Down there. Down there.
I think that one could be. It's in the bigger box. I'd put it. You could make it a little more centralized. Yeah.
Like that.
You might move it down to the left a little bit, just because it shows that watermark above it. I mean the stamp above it. I like that.
Okay. And then
How about the blue one on that? So you got the colors are matching on that.
yeah. I can just do the blue.
Yeah.
Now I do have to say I'm not as thrilled with the pattern. I wish I had done the foil with maybe this one. It's okay. I did this because it kind of showed the most foil, but
You know, you're looking at that with that blue foil. Do you remember the picture I took of that butterfly in Tennessee? That metallic blue?
yep.
That just makes me think
Okay.
of that all the time. I mean, that's that butterfly.
Okay. So what do we think?
We were in Cades
that?
Cove in Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, and I saw this metallic blue butterfly, and it was really close to that look right there.
Okay. What do you think? Does that look good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna glue them down.
Glue it, baby.
I need another glue stick.
Glue it good. Now, put that one a little more to the upper right corner.
Which
the blue
one?
Yeah, even a little more.
Well, it still has to fit in the frame. Okay, so
What you gotta do? I do. What you need, buddy?
okay, let's frame them.
Frame up.
Okay.
Your brown eyes.
So this one, no, maybe it needs some flowers or something down at the bottom.
Not too big.
Not too big. Okay. Let's see.
Just needing some tension.
Let's do this. This kind of has this little sleeve that fits over it. This way. Of course, I didn't check to see which way is up. Ooh, I like that. You can see the ring light though. There we go. What do you think?
I think that's pretty, baby.
Okay.
You've
Well-
done good again.
Well, we have gone on for an hour and a half.
Yes, you have.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I will finish these up. I've got some little flowers. I might stick a flower or something down in the bottom there to dress it up a little bit. But overall,
You moved the flowers, but I never got to see them.
oh,
Show the flowers real quick.
okay. So I might take, oh, you've got
You
it.
have
You're not,
daffodils and other ones too.
yeah. So I might put just a little You're no longer overhead. You keep changing and I can't keep up with you. So I might put just a little flower down at the bottom of that because it looks like it needs something. This one I think is, I don't know that this needs anything more. What do you think?
Well, Patty said very pretty. Love both. Both of they. Both of them.
Both of them.
Yes. And Marty said beautiful. And Alana says really loves this one. And Patty
And-
said very pretty.
Yeah. And we didn't use these, but I might even kind of put one on the outside, like he's visiting.
Put the flower in there and then put that on.
Okay, so I'll play with it, and then you guys wait and see I'll post tomorrow what they look like. I'll see which of these I end up using, and we'll see. Okay, so the code for these supplies is butterfly. If you want to shop the new catalog, click on shop or type the word shop, and you'll get to see the new catalog, the online interactive catalog. And we will be back on again tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Let me just check what time I'm on in the morning. 9:30 tomorrow morning. So 9:30, and we will have another fun craft that will not take an hour and a half because I only have a 45-minute time slot.
Yay!
So thanks for hanging with me for all this extra time. That one was a long one, but I had fun. I hope you did too. I hope you got a new idea, an inspiration, or something you can take with you. And I hope you like these new transfers because they are gorgeous, and there's a whole catalog full of gorgeous transfers. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get these posed without glare on the glass, and I'll smile.
You're doing fine.
So thanks a lot. If there's anything you want to order, if you have any questions, message me, put a comment in, I'll check them out. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow or the next day. And it's been nice talking with you, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.